On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in these playoffs.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. It's a foot race. Past the 20 and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Washington, nothing. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
3rd down.
From the gun, Cowan. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 69 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. A first down run here by Jones as he'll take it forward for a gain of about 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
To throw on 2nd down, Cowan escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, Cowan. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. You often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change.
On the return, Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Washington.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Washington.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
27. Washington, nothing.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now.
Seahawks 27. Washington 7. Tucker McCann set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. Here's Robinson. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook. One-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Alert. 56, one left. 56.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw on 3rd down, Cowan. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. Buying time to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
To number 16.
From 10 yards out. And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
For the extra point.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Here's Robinson. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. 56. Must 56. Hey, alert. Check.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Just like that. Slam. Alert. Look, guys, 4 down.
Throwing again. Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw again is Wilson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
2-yard line.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
To number 13.
Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be...
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the counter, here's Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it'll be 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Back to throw. Cowan. That's complete to Butler. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll go with Jones. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Ronald Jones unable to get to that imaginary yellow line. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in the field. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. On first down, Cowan slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And the drive starts with a completion left side. A gain of 6 there on first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
It's now 3rd down.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
56 to Mike. 56. Here we go. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Wilson, and able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He'll return it from the 6. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
They'll go again to Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Cowan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 71 yards.
And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Here's Robinson.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
56. Mike, 56. They can't hang with us. 56 to make 0. 0, 0. 56. You ain't doing nothing.
From the gun, Wilson. He's got a man that's caught left sideline. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
1st and 10 at the
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Rolling to his right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They do get a yard there, but only
leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Check. 19. 56. Strip the ball.
Operating from the gun. Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Jones. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off play action. Cowan. The open man is Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Number 16.
Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cowan. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake. Cowan. Open man, Butler complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
The ball carrier,
Ronald Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington has made this a one-score game. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Seahawks 34, Washington 27. Tucker McCann set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Double dog, that's the way. 12. Right there, 56.
From the gun, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Wilson's back.
That catch good for only a couple.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 41-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 20-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Walters, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even 1 step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
On the tackle.
Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Cowan. And he finds his man. That's Butler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Hey, keep it going, y'all. Keep it going.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. False start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Jones. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
To throw on 2nd down, Cowan. Smith catches left side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 46. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
56, Mike, 56, right there. Run left, run left.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. That is caught at the 7. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays.